Okay. Um, so today we are going to start with the one of the first experiment, which is related to our um, the Node MCU interfacing of DHT11 with Node MCU, and then you are going to send the data to the MongoDB, which is online. That also we have seen it. Okay, and uh, if you visit if you type the google.com mongodb, then the first thing is that how you are going to install the mongodb, right? So that mongodb, there is a website at mongodb.com. So you have to visit that website and you download the zip file, right? And if you download the zip file, you can extract it in C colon, right? And after creating extraction of the that particular path, right? And then you are going to view the path in the bin folder. Bin folder का path आपको environment variable में जाके देने का है. So this thing that you, it is very clear cut, right, and very simple also, that for MongoDB how can you do it, and whatever you are doing, the sum of the things that is offline, right? Offline in the sense ki we are not doing it online, means we are not going to include the cloud like MongoDB, right? This is what the database you are going to create in your PC, in your laptop. So there you are going to create a database, you are going to create a document, then you are going to maintain it, how you are going to find it out the records. So this some of the few things that we are going to do it at in your laptop only, that is offline. Okay, that is the meaning of offline. Okay, we are not going to do it in the cloud side. Once you will get an idea that how you are going to create it offline, then you will come to know that online at the cloud side, then how can you come to create a document and so on and so forth. So this is very important, that how you are going to go for it. Now, as we know, Mongo DB is nothing but database. So Mongo contains JSON, right? JavaScript object notation, right? So actually what it does, it converts, right, the JSON file, you can say, into something called as BSON, BSON. So binary, right, script object notation. So binary son, so BSON. So JSON actually converts into the BSON, and once it converts into the binary object notation, then definitely it is going to interact with the PC or OS, right? Because it's actually the binary object notation, right? Now here there are some terminologies in your MongoDB. So as you are knowing, right, that if you visit that particular website, then also you will come to know that for a table, traditional RDBMS, and this is a sync database where we are going to have these two different kinds of structure. Here it is, if you can say, there is something called as a table. Now we also know it, what is table. Table is a runtime entity where you are going to keep the records and so on and so forth, right? Over here, the table is nothing but a collection, right? So the term is different terms is being used. The term is called as a collection, whereas the records, right, inside the table, these are called as the documents, right? So this is what is the structure. And then if you can see what is the advantage of using this MongoDB, why not we are going to stick with our RDBMS, right? So there are few points which I would like to say, that number one is you can able to store a large amount of data. So storing a large amount of data in terms of documents, it is possible for us. We can use a use of MongoDB, right? The second one is very important. That is something called as schemaless. What is a schema? Schema is nothing but a structured database, right? Structured data, where you are going to keep what, the you are going to create a table which is going to be a structured database, right? And that is something called a schema. And in over here, it is something called a schemaless, right? Schemaless. That is, you can see the unstructured data, right? And the purpose of using all these things, because of the faster accessibility. So very fast accessibility is there with respect to our MongoDB. That's why we are using it. And there is one more point, very important technical point, that there are less number of joins. Now joins, we know it. No? There are something called as inner join, outer join, that might be you have studied in your traditional RDBMS subject. Over here, the same thing, joints are there, but here there are less number of joints. And if there are less number of joints, definitely we have come to know that these are not depend on different documents. So one document depend upon another document, like that. So the whole structure, right, becomes very easy. The accessibility point of view, it is very easy. Okay, so these are some of the points that we would like to say related to the MongoDB. Now the thing is that you are going to, let's do it. I also made some points for you people. So now I will present my entire screen so that, and as far as possible you can follow me, otherwise you see how I am doing it, or if there are some other way that you know it, please follow that. So it depends upon you, right? But obviously we are going to do it, connect with our whatever the sensors with the microcontroller to the MongoDB, right? Again I am repeating, we are using MongoDB offline. We are going to install it in our PC. First, we will have a practice of this MongoDB. How can you going to create? What are the different types of commands? Small command. It's not like that we are going to study it in detail, but some part of it that you should able to know it. And after that, we will see that how it is going to keep it online. Okay. So the one point is this, that that I have extracted that the file. You can see this. See, this is the MongoDB. Right, I am also working on the Dart and Flutter, so I have installed that also. But now over here we are going to stick with this MongoDB, right? So you keep it in C colon or whatever. You extract the files in C colon. The C colon is always better, where we are going to, whatever we have installed the softwares, right? Always we are going to keep it in at the C colon. So just extract it, right? Nothing. Right, and the bin folder is very important. As we know, the bin folder carries the lot of utilities which are required to manipulate the things with the OS. Internal details are there, so these are the utilities are very important, right? And the bin path, this bin path, you are going to give it in the environment section, right? So there is one environment. You go to the right click on your my computer, go to the system, and go to the environment variable tab, system environment variables, and there you are going to give the environment variable path. And once you will give this path, particular path, after that we are going to open our command prompt, wherein we are going to check, right, that whether you are installed, right, the MongoDB successfully or no. Right, so very small process. It's not like very big thing. First thing, download the zip file, extract the files, and after extracting, just go to the bin folder, or let's copy that particular path and go to the environment variable and you paste it. Okay. It is taking some time for CMD. It is heavily loaded. Okay, so let's say I open this document. Now for the storage purpose, these are like some notes for all of us, right? So I have just put it in a notepad. I have just typed it right just before few minutes, so that you people can able to know the things. And I will I will put this in chat box afterwards, right? So you can just check. MongoDB version, right? So if you are getting like this, then you will come to know that you have whatever you have done it, right, up till now, extraction of the folder file and just given a path of being in environment variable. That is correct. So you can see your DB version is what, 4.4.0, right? Now the second thing is there. What I will do, I will again open one more CMD, right? And there is a purpose of it that, you know, as MongoDB has also got something called a server and a client side. So server we are going to start at the back end, right? And at the front end, that is in one CMD, we are going to start the client. And once you start the client side, then you are going to create a database and so on and so forth, like that. Okay. So this is what is important, right? So what I will do, I will go to the D colon, right? And in D colon, right, I will create a database or I will create a folder, right? So let's say MyDB2. Already I have created MyDB, MyDB1, MyDB2. So let's create a folder and let's go inside that, maybe MyDB2. Okay. And now over here, obviously, you are already checked that MongoDB, whatever you are given the command, it is running everywhere, right? The second thing is this. Once you want to start the server, so see the command. If you want to start the server, this is a command, right? So if I'm giving you this particular the path or this particular file, notepad file, so it will be very easy for you people also, that you can just copy paste the files, what I'm doing now, right? So MongoDB has that DB path, go to so and so forth, right? So this is a MongoDB where we are going to put it. So what has happened? The server has been started, and it will wait after some time. You know, so if you already work in other different kinds of servers, like, you know, in Tomcat server also it happens like this, right? So you have to run that whenever you are running it. So this is the, you can say, the backend side, the server has been started. Now this is my client side, right? So over here also we can go further, right? We can go inside our folder, right? And you can see the different files have been copied by this particular server, because that server, whenever you start the server, you already said that MongoDB dash dash DB path, database path. So here actually you are going to create a database, or you can say the document. Okay. And for this, to start a client side, very simple command called as Mongo, right? You just give the command Mongo, right? Okay. So once you will get this prompt, greater than prompt, then you can say your MongoDB is being started, right? So this is your server side and this is your client side, right? And here are something like this, right? We know it that for the table, it is being called as collection. So you can say that, so collections, so now there are no collections, there are no tables inside this, so you will not get anything, right? Now again, the few more commands, that whatever is there, I have put it over like this. So let's say if you want to create a table of users, let's find it out, right? Then how can you create it? By giving the command db dot create collection, and inside bracket you can give the name of your table. My table will be let's say login, right? So OK1, the meaning is what? Your table has been successfully created. It's like this. Okay. Now let's say I want to insert a record into it. So db.login. Now as it is unstructured, then that means whenever you are going to create a table, it doesn't mean that you are going to consistently, first of all you should know how many fields are there, right? What is the field is, where, whether it is anything like integer, boolean, or character, or like that. Okay, but over here there is something called as a document. Document is nothing but a record, and collection is nothing but a table, right? So over here, what we are going to do, right? So the what my database is login, right? Over here, there is a command called as insert, right? And over here, there are something called as a pair, key value pair. So what is my key, right? Key can be UID, right? And my UID is can be Yogesh number 1, okay? Or over here you may give the comma and just say, I think it's correct, then say password, right? And the value can be 1234, open bracket, close it, okay. So if you get like this command, that means what? I have inserted one document successfully. So it is going to write it. Okay, so write result, right? So one document has been written correctly. Okay, so for some purpose, let me insert one more record, right? So let me have this Rahul. Then you are having this Rahul 5678. It may be anything. Right, so this is how you go on doing this, right? Okay, you go on doing this, okay? And after that, if you want to see what are the how many documents are there, so there is something called find, right? So then now you will come to know, see how it is retrieving the record, how it is showing the record to you, right? It is showing what? db.login find. This is the command. Once you fire this command, you will have this ID. Then the object ID. The object ID is this, and then key value pair, right? Both the records are there. Okay, this is nothing but PK. PK means primary key. ID is nothing but a primary key. And once you will see this particular object ID, it consists of what? Hexadecimal values. Hexadecimal values, right? And this is actually 12 byte, right? 12 byte. And if you can bifurcate this, then it will be much more easier for us that what is they are going to say, what it is going to say, right? For it, then what are the first 3 bits, then what are the next few bits, okay, and what are the last another bits, right? So there are some things which are important regarding this object ID. Now if you have got time, you may go through it, you may access this, or you may have a look inside mongo.com website, wherein they have explained us very well that what are the bits are there, how this combination of key has been generated, what is the purpose of the first bit, what is the purpose of the last bit, and the different codes. But it's a hexadecimal value altogether, right? And this is nothing but a PK, that is primary key. Now it is key value pair, right? Now you may have the access that I want to find out, or I want to find out the only the UID consists of Yogesh, like that. Okay, then there are a lot of things are there that you can able to put it, right? Obviously, apart from this, the few commands are there, right, which I have not taken, but you can take it. Like first of all, once you entered it, once you started your client, right? But before doing this, before starting with this particular DBs, or before starting your tables and so on and so forth, you can also give the command. This is the command that show DBs, right? So it will show the few tables, right? So you can also check it from this side. You can just say these are the DBs, databases are there, right? So admin, config, local, and test, right? And if you can if you want to go inside the DBs and then you go to for the creating the tables, that is fine. Then you create a collection. Now over here, before we are using that, use means what? Before we are entering into the database, right, we have already created the table and so on and so forth. So that's why we are not going over there. And over here there is one more command, you can check it out, db.show collections. So one table is there, we can create one more table, another table, and whatever tables are there, you can able to display it over here. So over here, if you can say, right, so collections. Okay, so there is no ting tong. Ting tong means open and close bracket. So it's without that we are going to give the command, and you can just check that show collections. Whatever we have opened it, we are having this particular database where we are going to create a tables, right? Okay. Then also there is one more command that you can able to check the type of DB. Right, DB means what? Whatever we are giving the command, right? DB and so on and so forth, right? So you can also have this command DB, right? So it's a already object, right? It's object, and if you want to remove something, there is something command called as db.users. Users means over here we are having the login. Login is the name of the table now in our case, right? And remove is the command. Okay, now next thing is very important. How can you update the value? How can you update the value, right? For updating the value, there is a command db.login.update user id so and so, and set password. What I want to set? I want to set this. I want to replace this original password with the different, with the new one. And this is a command, right? So let me check this. Okay, so previous it was 1234. Now it is 1. Then you press enter. Now it has entered into this. Okay, now if you check, right, db.login.find, then you will come to know that modified 0. Oh, it's not user ID, sorry, it's UID. It's UID. Okay, just check it out. db.users.update UID users password one. So it should find it out. So update that value. It is not updating. Modifying 0 is correct. Now you check it from your side whether it is going to be there or no. But this is a command that $set, right? And then what you are going to update the value is this password colon 1 or 1 or whatever is there. You just do it. Okay. So in short, in this particular few minutes, we have just now seen that how can you first install the MongoDB, then what is the collection, what is document, how you are going to create a document, how you are going to create a table, and how you are going to find out the values, right? Then how can you able to modify and remove the values, right? So this is what is just a very rough idea, because obviously whenever you will go for the cloud side and so on and so forth, there might be a wizard for you where you need not to remember like this command, just right click and just open it, the purpose is getting solved. But for if anybody asks you, if you are you aware of this MongoDB and this thing, right, then you should remember this command. So this is what are things that I have just mentioned it over here. You can able to drop the command also, right? Now over here the default port of Mongo is 20712. This you have to remember. What is the default port number of Mongo is 20712, right? This is important. Okay, and there are some the use command to create as well as to open database, right? It is being used mongoose, right? Mongoose is there, and the two objects are there. One is something is called as object document mapping, and the ORM, which is also used in Java, so object relational mapping. So these 2-3 things, that few terminologies that you should understand, right? Otherwise, then your journey will be very easier for you, right? So any doubt up till now? Rahul? Hello, Rahul? Saloni, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So any doubt up till now?
No, sir.
Okay. So I think now you can do this, okay? And uh, let's see that how can we go further with this practical. So please you start doing it, and whenever we will